Neck pain is a very common problem. It is said that 8 out of 10 people once in their lifetime will have some sort of neck pain. It is that much common. Let's talk about the most common causes of neck pain. Now, neck pain can be acute, that is, it is present for a short duration of time, or can be chronic, that means it has been present for a long duration of time. So let's talk about the most common causes of acute neck pain. One, trauma or injury, that is very common. Any jerk, any injury, any lifting of heavy weight, or any kind of traumatic event, traumatic jerk can lead to acute pain in the neck. Besides, it can also be due to some specific work related phenomenon. It can also be due to poor posture. It's like if you are working on a computer and if you are working for 12 hours at a stretch in one particular position, then you can develop an acute neck pain. So poor posture, also you can have it from the poor sleeping posture. If you have slept in the wrong posture in the night, you can wake up in the morning with a very bad neck pain. So these are the common causes of acute neck pain. Now let's talk about causes of chronic neck pain, that means reasons where the pain in the neck has been persistent for some time. The most common cause is cervical spondylosis. Basically, it is also called as a degenerative disc disease, and in this disease there are some disc in between the bones. So there are 8 cervical vertebrae and there are disc in between them, and if there is any degeneration or wear and tear of those discs, this disc degeneration can cause pain in the neck, and this is a very common cause or the most common cause of neck pain. Please remember that this pain will not be radiated to your hands or to your leg. It will be a purely neck pain. But supposedly if the disc separates or disc displaces or there is some nerve impingement, then you can have pain which is radiating to your arms, your forearms, your fingers, etc. So usually degenerative disc disease or cervical spondylosis will cause only neck pain. Now let's talk about the second most common cause of neck pain. The second most common cause of neck pain is actually that you don't have any neck problems. This is very interesting that you don't have any neck problem, but you have problem in your shoulder, and that problem in the shoulder is causing problem in the neck or pain in the neck. This is very common, and in my OPD daily I see one patient who comes to me with MRI of the cervical spine which is normal, MRI of neck which is normal, and he is having severe pain in the neck. And when I examine the patient, when I see the patient is not able to actually move the shoulder, and there is a problem in the shoulder, there is a large rotator cuff in the shoulder, and that is actually causing the pain in the neck. This is very common. So you must rule out any shoulder pathology or shoulder problems, because that is the second most common cause of pain in the neck. Now there are many shoulder conditions which can cause pain in the neck, like you can have problem of rotator cuff tear. You can have rotator cuff tears which can cause pain in the neck. You can have rotator cuff tendinosis. So the rotator cuff tendon swells up, becomes bulky. That is a very common cause of neck pain. You can have calcific tendinitis. You can have adhesive capsulitis or frozen shoulder. So one thing you must always remember, whenever you have neck pain, always and always check your shoulder movement. If you are not able to take your shoulder up like this and the 360-degree movement of shoulder is not possible, the problem is not in the neck, the problem is in the shoulder. This is a very common mistake, very common error many patients or even many doctors do, that they get an MRI of the neck, they don't get the MRI of the shoulder. Now the second important thing is, whenever you get an MRI of the neck, always get an MRI of the shoulder as well. So if you have a neck pain which is radiating to the right side of the shoulder, always get a neck MRI as well as a shoulder MRI. Now let's come to the third most important cause of neck pain, and that is cervical osteoarthritis. Basically what happens is that there are the joints in between the vertebra becomes degenerated, and that can cause stenosis also. What is stenosis? Stenosis is basically the compression of the spinal cord. So it will cause compressive symptoms, and you may have weakness in your arms, you may have weakness in the legs, and you may have numbness also in the arms and legs. So cervical stenosis is a very common cause of myelopathy or radiculopathy. Myelopathy is basically you compress the spinal cord, and radiculopathy is you compress the nerve root. So these are the nerve manifestation of neck pain. Also, you must always remember that emotional stress is a very common cause of neck pain. Those patients who are under stress, who are under tension, can have neck pain. You must also remember that many a times headaches can cause neck pain. So tension headaches, migraines, these all can cause a varying degree of neck pain. A very important reason of neck pain, specifically in Indian subcontinent, is infection. You must not forget that tuberculosis of the neck, cervical spine, and bacterial infection, meningitis, can also cause severe neck pain and rigidity and spasm. These can also be accompanied by fever. So if your neck pain is accompanied by high grade fever or even low grade fever, you must rule out any kind of infection in your neck. Occasionally you can have spondylolisthesis. What that means is the two bones of your neck are shifted on their places. That can also cause neck pain. Fibromyalgia is a very important cause. What is fibromyalgia? You can have different painful spots in the body, which includes the neck also. So it's also a very important cause. Very rarely there can be some tumors or some other masses which can cause neck pain. Now, what are the main symptoms or problems that you will face in neck diseases? Pain is one. You can have mild, moderate or severe pain. The pain can be at different durations, can be at different times. The pain can be of varying severity, and it can happen at different time periods. The pain can happen without or with an episode of a trauma or injury. Then you can have stiffness. The patient will have an inability to move the neck like this. And so sometimes what happens is sometimes the patient has to look back. He has to turn his body like this and then look back. So this is a very common cause. Spasm or stiffness of the neck is a common feature. You can have numbness and tingling in your finger and in your hands. You can have clicking noise inside your neck. You can have dizziness. You can have spasm. You can have vertigo. You can have feeling of that you are rotating. That is also a common feature of cervical disease. Now I am coming to a very important topic. You must know that even though neck pain is a very common problem, sometimes it can be very serious. So now I am going to tell you 8 those problems when, if they are accompanied with neck pain, then you have to rush to your doctor immediately. These are called as red flags. So if you have any of these problems, rush to your doctor immediately. You have sudden onset weakness of your arms, fingers, forearms, legs. If you have sudden onset weakness, reach to your doctor immediately. If you have sudden onset numbness in your hands and your fingers, then also it's a very important reason to visit your doctor. If you have sudden onset vertigo, if you have dizziness, if you have neck pain which is accompanied by nausea and vomiting, if your neck pain is accompanied by fever, be it a high grade or a low grade, if you are having episode of neck pain after an episode of injury, if you suffered any trauma or any injury and then you are having a severe neck pain, so these are very serious conditions. Don't ignore them. Reach to your doctor immediately. Also, if you have severe headache with neck pain, don't ignore it. reach to your doctor. It can be due to like something like a ruptured aneurysm. Now I am coming to the most sought after topic of today's talk, and that is neck pain is very common. We all have it. What is the remedy? What is the treatment? So the basic treatment will be painkiller medications. So we start with basic medications like Tylenol, paracetamol, ibuprofen. Occasionally we may give non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like aceclofenac, diclofenac, like some other drugs like doloxicam, like naproxen, etoricoxib. There are many drugs which are there which you can give. If you are having neck pain along with some nerve manifestation like numbness, you can add on with methylcobalamin and pregabalin as well. Occasionally, if the pain is very severe, numbness is very severe, you can add gabapentin, amitriptyline, tryptomer. There are many medications, but you must remember that these medications should be taken only under expert medical supervision. If you have acute onset neck pain, you can apply ice. If it is a chronic kind of a neck pain, you can apply warm compresses, heating pads as well. You should do stretching exercise regularly. Occasionally, you can use soft cervical collar for a short duration of time. Intermittent cervical traction is helpful in some patients with cervical disc diseases. You can have a gentle massage, that is good. You can start with gentle exercises which include up and down movement of the neck, sideways movement of the neck. Usually we don't recommend rotation movements. Important thing is you should improve your sitting posture, standing posture and sleeping posture. This is very important. If you are sleeping, you should use a narrow, less height pillow, and the pillow should be firm. You should not use a very soft or a very hard pillow. Also, you should usually sleep in a reclining position. Don't sleep with your arm underneath your neck. That is also very important. Also, if you are a computer professional or you are any office personnel, don't sit for a long duration of time. You need to adjust the height of your monitor and your height of your keyboard. The height of your monitor should be at the level of your eyes, and the height of the keyboard should be at the level of your waist. So technically a desktop is much better than a laptop. So a good posture is very important. You should also do some stretching exercises, light exercises, yoga and aerobic exercises will also help. Gentle massages, as I told you, will also help. Very important thing is you should avoid heavy physical activity. Don't lift heavy weights. Specifically, if you are not used to lifting weights, then avoid you lifting heavy weights so that you can avoid injury to the neck muscles and the neck disc, etc. So friends, if you are having a neck problem, you must take an advice of your doctor if it is severe. Also, the best investigation to get it done is a MRI. And mind you, if you are having a pain which is in the neck and radiating to the shoulder, you should go get an MRI scan both of the cervical spine as well as the shoulder, because as I told you, occasionally shoulder pains can also give rise to neck pain, or shoulder problems can give rise to neck pain. So if you have a particular right-sided or left-sided neck pain, you always do a cervical spine MRI along with a shoulder MRI, and that will lead to diagnosis in most of the cases, because MRI is a very sensitive modality and it will give you some diagnosis in most of the cases. So friends, I hope that I am able to cover almost in detail everything about neck pain. If you have any more queries, you can write us on the comment box. Thanks a lot.